afternoon, good evening, anywhere where you are watching WYTV. You're welcome to another edition of News Review, where we talk about the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatuji, and I'm in the studio with...
I'm Ambassador Rochimorilua, son of the prophetess, the man who resembles Wiki.
The sponsor for this show is still Nokpa Abbas, and you can as well be one of our sponsors. You can call the number you're seeing on the screen, or you can send us a DM, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. I'll be starting with Punch newspaper. Minimum wage. Labour slashes demand to 500,000 naira. 30. Killed in Benue fresh attack. Senate to meet Tinubu. Submit returns or face sanctions. CBN warns mortgage bank. Trump's Republican rival Nikki Haley drops presidential bid. Then on Vanguard newspaper, Thierry Emir Sanusi, I thought I would die before Wigwe. Bloodbath in Benue. 50 killed as militia gangs go to war. Murder in Cathedral. Our church worker killed pastor over woman. UNICEF warns women against home childbirths. Then on Daily Post newspaper, Ashi, reverse your economic policies. Oku, Shehu, orders to Tinubu government. Man arrested for killing monkey in Oka. No longer poor man's food. Price of Gaari surges by 105% in Nigeria. Newly appointed Nasarawa Court Judge Tanzi Makama is dead. These are the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. We're going on a short commercial break. When we're back, we'll talk more on some of the headlines. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Abba Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
That's our sponsor, Nokpa Abbas. And welcome back from that short commercial break. The first headline here is no longer poor man's food. Price of Gaari surges by 105% in Nigeria.
Well, concerning that issue, I believe we have not seen anything yet, because I believe it's still going to increase.
Because the president said this is the baby step.
No, it's not a matter of the president said this is a baby step. Most of those farmers that are in the bush now, we read the news this morning, we saw it on some of the newspaper headline where some farmers do pay the bandits before gaining access to their farm, up to 100,000 naira. Apart from that, and most of these farmers that are into Gaari, into cassava plantation, most of them are being scared of losing their cassava into the hands of Fulani axemen. There was a video that went viral that happened 4 days ago in Ikere Ekiti State, where at least 5 acres of land that were used to plant cassava were being destroyed by these Fulani axemen. And nothing the governor of that state is doing about it. And most of the problem we have in this country is that most of our senators were those ones that have those cows that were being given to Fulani for them to rear. That is why you are not seeing them coming out to kick against this. Well, so automatically, those that still have their cassava planted in their farm that were not being touched by Fulani axemen, when the cassava is being harvested, we have to put money on it.
Well, when I was growing up, Gaari is the most essential commodity you could afford as let me say, a normal Nigerian. There is no house you will go to that you will not be able to see
that give you. But now these days, even for you
to. Well, the price of Gaari, a popular staple food in Nigeria, has increased by 108% in 3 months, reaching a record high as cassava production shrinks nationwide. A survey by the news in major markets in the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) shows that the average price of a 50 kg bag of yellow Gaari surged by 108% from an average of 18,000 naira in December 2023 to 37,500 naira in March 2024. Similarly, a 4-liter paint container measure of yellow Gaari now sells for an average of 2,500 naira as against 1,200 naira sold in December 2023, while a 50 kg bag of white Gaari sells at 35,000 naira as against 17,000 naira sold in December 2023, indicating a 105% increase in price.
Exactly the point. That is where Nigeria, that is what the situation of the country has turned us into. Because anybody, I was, 3 days ago, one of my brother was discussing with me concerning the issue of going to farm, get a land, cultivate there, then you plant some cocoyam, cassava, and maize. Then I told him, to go into that business is not anything to me, but the risk of going into that business is you've been feared or scared that one day you might end up losing everything to Fulani herdsmen. Who is going to pay you back?
Well, according to data from the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, Nigeria is the world's largest producer and consumer of cassava and was projected to church out 60.8 metric tons of cassava in 2022. The production of tubers in 2023, according to farmers, was hampered by the impact of climate change, worsening insecurity, and the uncertainty around last year's election. Reacting to the development, Segun Adeomi, National President of Nigeria Cassava Growers Association, NCGA, said a lot of farmers were discouraged from cultivating the tubers last year owing to uncertainty surrounding the 2023 election. The uncertainty and potential disruption during the change in government discouraged farmers from cultivating cassava as extensively as usual. This is what led to the production shortfall, Adeomi said. Daily Post report that Gaari is regarded as poor man's food in Nigeria. But with the recent hike in the cost of the commodity, like other food items, many Nigerians are now finding it difficult to afford Gaari, which is the most essential, let me say the most, the common
at least
commodity.
the least of those foods.
Well, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, food inflation increased to 35.42% in January 2024. Sir, what do you think the federal government could do
The
now?
only thing federal government can do is to make sure they secure the issue of insecurity. Then they let them stop open grazing. Anybody that wants to do cow business should find a ranch for his cow business. Instead, now in one of the, I think the Punch news this morning, where the FCT minister was saying that they are going to stop open grazing in Abuja. I don't know it has got to that extent in which you find cow all around the street of Abuja. Not to talk of where...
That's a red cow. Well, the next headline here is bloodbath in Benue. 50 killed as military gang go to war. No fewer than 50 persons, including a family of 7, were found dead on Tuesday following the invasion of the Gaari community in Ikum local government area of Benue State by suspected armed Fulani imported by local TV bandits in a battle to the oust another TIV military gang in the area. It was gathered that most of the dead were members of the rival military gangs, while about 12 innocent farmers were caught in the crossfire, which also left over 30 persons injured and many others declared missing.
Yeah, that's the level of insecurity we have in the town. What is it that I believe the federal government and the state government should work in hand together to the extent in which they must know the root of this matter. What is it that has been causing this clash all the time? It is as usual in the Benue State. So what is the governor of that state doing as the chief security officer of that state? There are some things that needed to be put in mention. And most of the farmers that are supposed to go to the farm now, at least to plant, were those that have been denied of going to their farm. Even some of them were in their farm when this incident happened. Are you telling me a lot of people that have the ambition, they have it in mind of going to the farm to go and cultivate, do you really think they will want to go? They can't.
They can't. Well, his words, after kidnapping them, he asked for 100 million naira ransom, but was given 5 million naira. After collecting the money, he killed the hostages. Imagine. The murder of the hostages sparked outrage among his gang members in Taraba State. This happened over the weekend. What followed was that another military gang leader in Ukum now went and joined forces with the Fulani military gang in Taraba to help them eliminate the rival gang in Ukum that killed their leader, Alhaji Ghana. The essence was to enable him to become the head of militias in Ukum. The combined forces of Fulani and Tiv military gangs started moving into the bushes of Gaari in their hundreds on Sunday to sack the gang that killed Alhaji Ghana. But on Tuesday morning, a bloody fight ensued, which actually caused the death of almost 50 people.
So now this person now to go and join himself with the Fulani gangs to come to his own town to fight his people in his own town. Now, you remember this is exactly what happened to in Ilorin, that's Kwara State,
yes,
where Fulani now take domain of that
Kwara
land
State.
till date now.
Some people say Ilorin belongs to Fulani.
To the Fulani, yes.
Well, from what was gathered, over 45 persons, mainly bandits, have been killed. Though we have recorded of over 12 farmers who were caught in the crossfire. Over 30 were injured, while some are also missing. We learned that the gangs are also evacuating some of their dead members. So I feel now the problem there is we need adequate security in Nigeria. Because if there's security, all these military gangs, they will be able to operate.
I believe the battle will last for several hours. No policeman, no military man to curb them, to checkmate their activities. Why this were going on? Is this country still existing?
Wow. Well, this country is still existing, so we keep moving, we keep praying for Nigeria, and we keep doing our best just to make a better person in this country. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidonje Omoyagba. Thank you so much for joining on the show.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you again next time on News Review. Be good and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.